Stop the Williams pipeline!
Cuomo!
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 Stop the Williams pipeline!
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. This is a very, very exciting day. This has been a long, long fight. 2 years now we've been fighting this thing. And as all of you know, in case you don't, this is here to oppose the Williams Northeast Supply Enhancement Pipeline. And these are hearings that are hosted by the Department of Environmental Conservation, who has the power to stop this project. They are basically our last wall between this thing getting built. So this is exciting. We all have our talking points. You all look beautiful. And basically in this rally, we're just gonna kind of go over some things. We're gonna go over the basics of what we've been doing, why we oppose it, and yeah, that's it. I don't want to waste any more time, so I'm gonna pass it to Sarah. Okay. She's gonna tell us.
All right, we've spent 2 years working on this pipeline. We've read every document Williams has filed with the FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. We've read every document they've read with the DEP. They've filed with the DEP. We know lots about this pipeline, and there are 5 good reasons, each one enough to stop this pipeline. The first, this construction will harm marine life in our waters off Staten Island, Brooklyn, and the Rockaways. 2, this construction will dig up old industrial toxins from under the seabed and churn them into our waters, a threat to both human and marine life. 3, Williams has a terrible safety record. In the last 10 years, 10 explosions and fires in their various facilities, 6 dead, 102 injured, much property damage, and methane released. 4, the methane that will flow through this pipe is 86 times more powerful a greenhouse gas than is CO2. And so building this pipeline and perpetuating our reliance on natural gas simply perpetuates climate change. And lastly, this is a really expensive project at more than $1 billion, and it is one we don't need, right? We have plenty of alternatives here in the state. We are already moving on them. We are moving on heat pumps for heat. We are moving on solar energy. We are moving on offshore wind. We are moving on battery storage. We are moving on energy efficiency. All of those things are going to take us into the future, not this kind of old project. Stop the Williams pipeline. Okay?
Stop the Williams pipeline!
So it's clear from all the reasons that Sarah just laid out that this pipeline should not be built. However, we know all too well that elected officials and government agencies cannot be relied upon to make decisions based on fact, science, or reason. All we have to do is look at the buffoon in the White House to know that fact-based arguments do not result in fact-based policy. So how are we going to stop this pipeline then? We're going to stop this pipeline the same way all social change happens, and that's through people power. People power will stop this pipeline. And we know that Trump's Federal Energy Regulatory Commission will rubber stamp the pipeline. So the decision really rests in the hands of Governor Cuomo. Governor Cuomo is the man that will decide if the Williams pipeline gets built. He will tell the DEC whether to grant Williams its permits or not. And Governor Cuomo will base his decision on what is politically beneficial to him. So we're here today to show Cuomo that doing anything short of rejecting the Williams-NESE pipeline once and for all will be politically toxic for him. We're here today to show Governor Cuomo on the record that New Yorkers are up in arms at this proposal even being considered. What happens at these hearings today and at the hearings next week in the Rockaways will be relayed to Governor Cuomo. So let's show Cuomo that if he's going to talk about a Green New Deal for New York, he's going to have to walk the talk and stop the Williams pipeline. Stop the Williams pipeline! Cuomo, stop the Williams pipeline! Cuomo, stop the Williams pipeline!
So, what does it take to overthrow the plans of a Fortune 500 company? Here's what it takes, and it's fun. We organized. We got the word out. We went to farmers markets, street fairs, food co-ops, community board meetings, all the community board meetings wherever the pipeline would come close. Bookstores, Patagonia, biker beach festivals, beach bars, and NYCHA, public housing. Very important to make sure that they knew the truth of this pipeline lie. We got tons of these things signed, tons, and mailed them to Governor Cuomo. We had weekly phone calls, not that boring. We got on the radio, we got on in the morning, we got on in the evening, and then one of us got our own radio show and told about the pipeline. We decoded FERC's draft environmental impact statement. We helped people make comments, and we helped people get to the hearing to make the comment. We stood up to Homeland Security at the hearing. And made sure that everybody got heard, and in addition to being put into a little interrogation room, everybody got to speak out. We announced the pipeline in our Call Cuomo meeting, Call Cuomo Mondays. We did interviews for The Nation, for Rolling Stone, The Daily Beast, Spectrum, New York One. We got covered by all the local papers in Staten Island, local papers in the Rockaways. They're still interested. They're covering everything we do. We made some videos. We dropped a 3-story banner in front of Cuomo's office in Manhattan with all the 200 and some organizations that said, no to this pipeline, Cuomo. We got quoted right, we got quoted wrong, but we got quoted a lot. We held forums in the aquarium here in Brooklyn and the Commons. We held forums in 3 places in Staten Island and up and down the Rockaways, all over the Rockaways. The Rockaways got so empowered that they their civic unanimously said, Cuomo, no to this pipeline. Their community board said no. We got over 40 elected officials on the local level and the state level. We got them in Albany, we got them down here to sign Cuomo, no to this pipeline. We helped the constituents nag a few more. Some of the holdbacks, we're still nagging them. About a year ago, we educated a challenger to Cuomo's run for office, for re-election. And strange coincidence, the DEC rejected the first application on this pipeline. Who knew? We formed relationships with our friends and allies in New Jersey. We went to their hearings, they go to our hearings. And just this month, we have Valentine's Day billboard in Times Square. Dear Cuomo! We brought in experts to understand the final environmental impact statement. And then we got over 4,000 comments to the DEC and counting, and make yours. And we pushed the DEC to hold public hearings on the pipeline. That wasn't scheduled. And then we pushed them to hold more public hearings in another borough, and that's why we're here today. Stop the Williams pipeline.